Here's a very underrated game nobody talks about anymore. Red Steel 2.
Red Steel was fun. Playing as the Kusanagi, was it?
Kusagari.
There we go.
Yeah,
wielding a katana and a revolver.
I
and
totally didn't put too much time into this game at all.
But that's just a good aesthetic.
I mastered all the kills.
Japanese.
Yeah, man, seriously, they're like the same thing, but on two sides of the world.
Playing that game in Florida, I have very fond memories. Yeah.
You're that Kusagari boy, right? Like, the audio was terrible, and like so many things about this game was just off. But the parts that were good were good.
The gameplay was solid.
The gameplay was great. Like, here I am 9, 10, 11 years old. The kills you could do in this game. You could dodge and then stab somebody, leave your sword in them, shoot them in the head, spin around, and pull your sword out. Like, it was great. Like, they need to remaster Red Steel 2. Get on it, somebody.
Do it now.
You have my wallet at your attention.
I'm going to look up Red Steel for just a quick second.
While you're doing that, let me see. What else can I come up with that was fun to play? Dangerous Hunts. Tell him, Alex.
Well, I mean, the game for the Xbox was a bit of a trip to play, that's for sure.
The one for the Xbox was just different.
Yeah, it was fun, though, in my opinion.
Spoiler alert, you end the game. When the very last level you're on, you kill a Yeti. They're just out there with it. And then there was Dangerous Hunts 2009 for the Wii with Flint Abrams. What kind of more manly name can you get than Flint Abrams?
They've apparently given the game, Red Steel 2, I mean, like a 4.2 out of 5, 80% on Metacritic, 4.4 out of 5 on eBay.
Mm-hmm. You gotta get it for your computer, my guy.
I don't know how that would work.
Press this to dodge. Press that.
I might be able to, like, rebind the controls in such a way where, like, I mean, I'd have to script something as well, so that I could play it on, like, an Xbox One controller.
What else did we have fun with? Skyward Sword. Zelda's 25th anniversary.
I don't really remember enjoying Skyward Sword.
Dude, I like the fact that
We never beat it.
No, but I like the fact that you could jump off of your flying bird and go into foreign woods. Was it foreign woods or like just Hyrule in general?
I think it was foreign woods at first.
Like, you could just jump, you could fly around, you had free roaming capability all over the sky, and you could jump off whenever you wanted. Like, do you know how cool that is? Or like, my favorite thing to do, I felt like a badass in a movie. I would run up to the edge of a cliff where I knew I could summon the bird, and like, they give you a prompt, right? Like, press this button to jump, and then press this button to call your ride. I didn't do any of that. I just started free running. I would jump off, and then while I was falling, and then.
So you know how you just made those stomping noises?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Did that make it go into red?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm just being picky.
What else?
Because I have to edit these.
What was your I'm naming off a lot. You name me some old school games.
Oh, I mean, a lot of the ones that you've named off are ones that we could probably go into a good amount of detail on. I always enjoy talking about the oldies, you know, your Mario 64s, Ocarina of Time. I could talk for a while about Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have to do a whole episode just on the music of those games alone.
I mean, there's something about the way Koji Kondo would put together his music, because he did the music for N64, Mario, and Ocarina of Time.
Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty.
I remember a good amount about those games.
Wait, no, not Guns of the Patriots. Yeah, Sons of Liberty. I got it right. Okay.
Guns of Liberty.
Guns of Liberty. No, Guns of the Patriots. Stop, you're messing me up.
Sons of the Patriots.
Sons of the Patriots. What did I call it?
Oh, Sons of the Patriots.
Did I say Sons of Liberty?
I think you might have said Sons of Liberty. I don't know.
Sons of the Patriots. No. No.
Now look, man.
You know the thing. Look, here's the deal.
These truths.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Look, here's the deal. Okay, when I was a boy, I was this big. And every day on our way to school, we had a rock. And one day that rock turned around and said, "Joe, someday you're going to be something real big." Come on, man. You already know. You know the thing.
Right.
Back in backwoods Oklahoma off the coast of Hawaii. Yeah.
I'm laughing.
Okay, but no. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I know the most about Snake Eater.
The one on the freighter ship where you know, like you're playing a Solid Snake and you have to go on the ship and you find the vampire guy.
Yeah, that was Metal Gear Solid 2.
Sons of the Patriots.
I don't know.
Because you find Pliskin.
Pliskin.
Pliskin. Who the hell names themselves Pliskin?
I don't remember Pliskin.
Roy Pliskin. It was something like that. It was Snake is who it was when you start playing as Raiden. But he calls himself Pliskin.
Pliskin. So stupid.
What is that, like Snake backwards? But no, Snake Eater, Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and
Not
Phantom
so many
Pain.
people know about Snake. Not Snake Eater.
Peace Walker.
Peace Walker.
Dude, I'm surprised how underrated Peace Walker was. Everybody knew Snake Eater. Everybody knows Ground Zeroes. Everybody knows Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain was Hideo Kojima's like farewell to the Metal Gear franchise because Metal Gear Survive sucked ass. Never bought it. Never played it.
Game?
Never will. But talk to us about Snake Eater, Alex.
Oh, I mean, it was just a good sort of like Cold War setting plot with Volgin, the supernatural lightning bullet man, freaking the pain, the sorrow, the end, all the members of the boss's task force that all had
The
like a
weird little
supernatural
ghost
element
kid.
to them.
Who was the kid with the mantis with the gas mask? Or was that later on?
I think that was later on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's later on.
Never mind.
I mean, Mantis was an interesting character, from what I remember, which isn't much. But, like, I don't know. I have fond memories of, like, taking down the end, especially.
Who was the B guy?
The old man, or, I mean, there was the Pain, who was the B guy.
The Pain!
Yeah. Which boss fight do you want to talk about?
There was the sniper. Who was the sniper?
The end.
He wasn't the Sorrow? No, that was the boss's wife. Her husband.
Yes.
Okay, so the End and the Pain. These two guys were my favorite.
Same.
Hands down, especially with the End.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one that I have, like, really fond memories of. Because you had to go through, like, the various fields in Russia, all of which
there were 3 different
heavily
maps all
dense
total,
with
right?
foliage. Yeah, heavily dense with foliage.
Did you know
and
that?
you had to track down this one old sniper with like a ghillie suit that adapted to his environment.
Fun fact about the game: when Kojima first designed the game, he wanted the actual mission to take days, like to complete, like real life days, or in-game days or something.
Hideo Kojima's the type of guy who, when he first saw Halo 3, he asked one of the buddies that was playing it, he asked him to like punch a leaf to see what the physics effects were like. And when he saw like that they responded, he like just kind of like silently nodded and went back to what he was doing. So like he's got some weird quirks. And I imagine having a mission that would take days to beat might have been part of his inspiration for the backpack simulator that he came out with.
Death Stranding?
Yeah, Death Stranding.
Backpack simulator.
Yeah, because you gotta balance your backpack when you're running around.
What was that one game that like it never came out, but it was a Hideo Kojima horror game? You know the one I'm talking about, right? Like they released a beta for it.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, man. This game
Hideo
had
Kojima
promise.
horror game?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Death Stranding is what it turned into eventually. But when it was first launched, you gotta look this thing up. But no, I like fighting the End, and I just remember I could never beat the Pain when we first started playing, because we got it for the Xbox 360, and here's an old one for a Nintendo 3DS. And
all right. So what just came up was called PT. It's a first-person psychological horror game developed by Kojima.
that might be it. Are you like? Let me see the pictures and crap. I'll tell you if any of it looks, because there was like a weird baby crying in a room.
Oh, apparently he was talked to Junji Ito about it, and Junji Ito is a manga artist who focused heavily on horror. Oh, cat.
It came in my room.
Aww.
Fluffy.
But PT came out already. And it's part of the Silent Hill series?
I think so, yeah.
What?
I thought it was a failed project at first. I misspoke. But no, you talked to me about like when you were fighting the boss at the very end of the game. Like, were you following the story the whole way through? Like, did it have a big impact? Your very first
I'd
go
say
around?
it had not like the most significant impact.
Because it had one of the
But, like,
coolest.
it hit.
The Snake Eater story had one of the best stories ever. The boss was really doing what she was told to do the whole time. She was told to be a double crossing agent.
Mm-hmm. It was all about.
So then was she really double crossing anybody if that's what she was told to do?
No.
And she let her own pupil kill her.
Yep.
And then you unlock the infinite ammo XMEX1 or something. Her rifle.
No.
And you can just mow down everyone. But I like
bottomless cliff.
I like the healing factor in the game. How you have to heal yourself.
Yeah, by
I thought that was fun. Like depending on the
killing
wound,
snakes and
like no, like you have to actually like disinfect it.
Oh,
and,
gotcha.
like,
Not just regaining health.
Yeah, like the healing mechanic.
Yeah.
Like
They should bring that back.
How to set broken bones and.
They should bring that back.
Yeah.
'Cause that was a fun system.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Consequences.
Consequences.
A piano fell on my head. 88 keys. What about Peace Walker? Because like you said, not a lot of people. That was the first one we ever got that was portable.
I'm inside
wasn't
the
it?
facility.
There's
Rows and rows of trucks here.
Shout out to David Hayter, man. That dude
David
is so cool.
Hater.
Yeah, we're gonna sit here all night practicing our snake impressions, but we'll never be as good as him.
Sneak around.
Yeah. Cuz, do you read me? Yeah. Snack, oh no.
Oh no.
Ayo.
Okay, and there you go. Back to the Ghost of Tsushima.
Are we like culturally appropriating things now? No, what did you think of Peace Walker?
Yeah, the Japs don't mind.
Oh my god. You slanty eyed rice eating. No.
Gonna have to edit that out. Anyways, back to the topic at hand.
What did you think of Peace Walker? Because that was like the first one we got for the PSP, right?
Yeah.
It was like one of the first PSP games we ever got, right?
I thought it was weird. Like, having, like, the boss come back, in a sense, inside of the Metal Gear at the very end. Spoiler alert.
You mean Hal?
Yeah. Spoiler alert, by the way. I thought that was weird.
The bad guy was Hot Coldman.
That was his name?
Yep, Hot Coldman. I mean, the real bad guy was Paz, but...
Yeah.
My name stands for peace.
I'm going to get into a bikini and steal the Metal Gear and run away off the coast of Cuba.
I'm underage, by the way. Why do I sound like Mario?
Oh, no!
It'd be funny if Mario was just like 13 years old throughout the
Yo,
entire
don't
Mario
say that.
series.
Don't say that. A 13-year-old cannot grow a mustache like that, okay?
Well, depending on the mushrooms you eat.
Womp, womp, womp. Okay, what about, what was your main takeaway from Peace Walker? I like how you could punch someone 3 times and they get knocked out.
Main takeaway from Peace Walker, like, in terms of the storyline, in terms of the gameplay.
One for each.
Oh, in terms of the storyline, AI is bad.
Yeah, pretty much so are nukes.
And killing dinosaurs is fun.
Yeah.
But in terms of the gameplay, I thought it was a good take, a good update on Snake Eater's gameplay.
Because half of Phantom Pain, half of its design, if not more, came from Peace Walker. Mm-hmm. Mother Base, recruiting soldiers, Fulton Recovery, making an R&D department, like all of these different things that you can do in Phantom Pain came from Peace Walker. Yep. So when I played Phantom Pain for the first time, they're going through the tutorial and everything, I'm like, I already know all this crap because I played Peace Walker.
Yeah, but the average, I suppose gamer, they're not exposed to that sort of thing.
Yeah, like we got exposed to it by accident, technically.
Yeah. Well, isn't it cool though that like you could make a base in a game like that, and there was almost a strategy element in that sense.
Yeah, because you need to find all the right tools and the right gear, and sometimes you had people would get thrown in the infirmary because of infighting in certain units, like the combat unit. Guys might get a little rough around the edges, and some would get thrown in the infirmary, and like just all those different things. So like,
would you say there was a strategy element, come to think of it, or was it just like building your base?
what, for Peace Walker, or for Phantom Pain?
Phantom Pain. Like, were there areas of the base that was like, you had to plan ahead to think, well, am I going to need R&D more as opposed to a good medical?
Well, it all depended on it all depended on how you were trying to play. Because me personally, I always went combat, like the combat unit and R&D. Those were the two main things. Like, obviously I had to level up everybody else, but the only reason I had to do that was so I could make more things in my R&D department.
Right.
Like, sometimes, your medical team needed to be on level 40, and if it was on level 20, you could have R&D at level 60. They still can't make it. And so, like, I had almost everything in this game that you could make. The only thing I didn't have that I was working on was the tranquilizer pistol.
Yeah.
But with an integrated suppressor.
I remember that.
I never got that. I had it in Ground Zeroes. Everybody had it in Ground Zeroes. But I never got it for Phantom Pain. But I never ran out with my suppressor when I was playing. Like, the way I just kept shooting and using it. I like the fact that the more lethal you are, that horn that's in Venom Snake's head begins to grow. And like, you can choose how you play, like whether you choose lethal or non-lethal. One thing that was new in Phantom Pain that they didn't have in Peace Walker, if I'm not mistaken, was the buddy system. You could have quiet, you could have a horse, you could have a dog.
You
didn't have a mech unit that was like, you just run and cause shit. Like, and they can be lethal shits or non-lethal shits.
And of course all that was around in the 80s.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Like the whole, the black holes instead of Fulton recovery systems, that was around in the 80s. What the hell's wrong with all y'all?
Yeah.
Don't
believe the lies they tell you.
Oh gosh, you're sounding like Copeland from Days Gone. This is Radio Free Oregon. Don't believe the lies.
Accept the truth.
Come on. Oh, you know what the problem is?
I am truth.
Sam Whitaker.
The voice of the covenant.
I think I'm saying his name right. Sam Whitaker, the guy who plays Deacon St. John, was Starkiller in The Force Unleashed, but he was also the voice of Darth Maul in Star Wars Rebels. Kenobi! Yeah, that yell when Darth Maul's on Tatooine and he goes, Kenobi! And he does that really long yell. That was from... That's
I'm going to pretend I knew that.
Sam Whitaker. And I think he also did the voice acting for Emperor Palpatine in The Force Unleashed too. Because I heard his impression, like he was just doing an interview with somebody, and they said, hey, give us your Emperor Palpatine impression, and he nailed it.
So he had a dual role.
I think so. I'm not sure if he did it in the games or not, but his Palpatine impression was spot on.
See, that's interesting. The only game where I've heard a good dual role, at least at the top of my head that I've known, was in Halo 1, where Jen Taylor, the voice actress for Cortana, had lines back to back with a dropship pilot.
Was she the dropship pilot?
Yes.
Huh.
And I had no idea. Like, the impression was just that good.
Speaking of The Force Unleashed, that kind of segues into our viewer.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, big move.
Angelo, we love you.
Maluma, baby. We love you, Angelo.
Right now, that's a little bit too gay
Angelo
for me.
knows what Maluma, baby is.
That's a little bit too gay for me.
Tú me partiste el corazón, ay, mi corazón. Sorry, it's a thing Angelo and I do, whatever you hear.
That's actually beautiful.
Maluma, baby. Angelo does that. He does this. Blueface baby. He does the Blueface baby, the rapper. Every time one of his songs come on the radio, you hear Blueface baby, and Angelo does it perfectly. He's got the perfect.
See, I prefer Da Baby.
Da Baby.
Let's go.
No, Blueface. No, you know who I prefer over all of them? I'm gonna name you my top 5 rappers right now. Okay.
All right.
And here they go.
All right.
Number 1,
Da Baby.
Snoop. No. Number 1, Biggie. Number 2, Snoop. Number 3, Tupac.
Okay.
Number 4,
You sound very generic and very white right now.
Eminem.
Yep. I knew it.
And who's number 5 then?
Da Baby.
No, number 5 is Lil Wayne.
Oh.
Because he did Mrs. Officer, and that's one of the coolest songs ever.
Well, for me, my favorite rappers would have to be DMX.
Oh man!
My dog's and just for those of you who are listening, I'm like 130 pounds, and I'm a very pasty white boy.
Hey, I don't know if y'all
But
knew this,
I really.
but
like
our
DMX.
parents are black. They gave birth to 2 white babies. No.
Yes, our parents are black. I can attest.
What's up, my Nick?
Oh, yes, yes.
That genuinely made you laugh.
That did make me laugh. Our parents are black. No, I'd have to say I don't even know if I have a top 5 favorite rappers. I don't really listen to rap that
You
much.
gotta have top 5
But
favorite rappers.
I do like...
What about David Banner?
Well, I like DMX. I like, as much as I hate to say it, I like the tone of 6ix9ine.
Like Tekashi?
Yeah.
No.
He's just...
Get your rainbow rat ass out of here.
hilarious.
No.
He's hilarious.
You like it more as a personality than you do as a rapper.
No, I hate his personality. I like the tone of his voice. If
That's
makes
gay.
sense.
No, that's gay. That's the gayest thing you've ever
Well,
said.
you can place a label on it. I refuse to be judged in this new age of non-judgment, a lack of critical thinking.
So DMX, Tekashi. I can't believe you said
I-
those 2 mother.
okay.
Mm.
I'm
in the
gonna
same
backpedal.
sentence.
I'm gonna backpedal.
Wait, where's Jay-Z in all this? Talk to you,
crap.
man.
What's the name of the guy? E-double.
E-double.
Yeah, E-double's a good one.
I.
So we got DMX, E-double. Like Eminem, I feel like I'm going to be judged for saying Eminem, but you know what, Eminem.
Why?
Eminem.
Why would you be judged?
Well, because he's the rapper that every white person goes, I like rap, I listen to Eminem.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's that. But if you listen to his shit, he can go.
Yeah. But let's
Don't you love everybody that mumble raps?
E-double, DMX, Eminem,
Jay-Z.
I don't really listen to Jay-Z that much. There was that
Concrete jungle, wet dream tomato. Thank you, Alicia.
I may have to go with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No,
just because he makes me laugh.
Hush your heathen mouth.
Ironically, Tekashi, and possibly Da Baby, just because of Let's Go. But just for transparency's sake,
Don't
I
you
don't
mean Lil
listen to
Twisted?
rap that much.
Like that song where they took Crazy Train and they made a rap out of it with Little
Yeah, I forget the name of the
Okay.
group. I forget the name of the group that came up with that.
I thought you would say Little John of all people.
Well, I have a friend from work who says, okay. A bunch of the...
Let's go.
Sam, if you end up listening to this, you're pretty cool.
See, notice how no one here said Pitbull.
Well,
Because Pitbull sucks.
Pitbull, he was in charge of composing music, I think, for... It might have been one of the Terminator movies.
Oh, God.
And it didn't
Was this
do it
Terminator Salvation?
Let me check.
If it's Salvation, I'm going to laugh.
Let's see. Pitbull. I typed Pitbull. Pitbull.
Alright, name me this. Your top 5.
Music, or actually, composer. Let's see what comes up.
While you're doing that,
Mm.
name me your top 5 favorite musicians of all time, of any genre.
Yo, that's not a question you can ask me on the fly.
Of any genre. Rest in peace, DMX.
I'd have to say.
Top 5.
Top 5, dude. That's. I have to say, possibly number 1. Oh, he did the music for Gotti, which was a.
The Mafia movie.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'd have to say Bill Gaither would have to be on that list. list as far as like favorite artists.
Bill Gaither.
Bill Gaither, yes, because
The screaming, long-haired
Yes.
death metal music is life.
I've come to appreciate his compositions, like just genuinely speaking, like the way he arranges music.
And Bill Gaither, mate.
Yeah, he's ridiculously good. But along with Bill Gaither,
touched me.
I'd have to include Nobuo Uematsu.
What?
Nobuo. There's a no there.
Matsu.
Alright, I'll spell check you later on.
No, I just spelled Matsu.
Koji Kondo.
Koji Kondo. I just realized you got 2 left, and 2 of them are Japanese.
Yep, Koji Kondo did all the music for Zelda, and Nobuo Uematsu did all the music for the majority of these Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
And that leaves 2 artists. I'd have to have one be Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
Because they started a lot of my interest in heavier music. And oh man, this is tough because, and this is all like just on the fly. By the way,
Yeah.
As of,
It's not an official list.
Yeah. Probably. I'm tempted to like whip out some like old classical composer, but like in terms of people I listen to nowadays,
Bach.
this I'll give myself a leeway with this last one. Like
Seth
this is just
Everman.
people that I'm listening to now.
Seth Everman.
The Black Dahlia Murder. It's a tech death band. It's really good.
Black
D-A-H...
Dahlia Murder?
Yeah, D-A-H-L-I-A, I think.
Alright, my turn.
Actually...
Number 1, and again, off the fly.
D-A-L-I-A-H.
Like you. Number 1 is Bruno Mars. I love me some Bruno Mars, dude. This man can sing. He can play. His voice is amazing. Like, I'm not gay, but if I was...
Why are you gay?
Bruno Mars is just like... Because, like, all of the music he does is, like, shit that I like. Like, it's a little...
Let me stop you right there. All the music that he does is shit.
No, shit that I like. Like, so he gets rock elements, he gets pop elements, rap, hip-hop, soul.
He's a good artist.
Like, he did Uptown Funk, 24 Karat Magic, and Leave the Door Open.
Okay, so I can only handle so much.
Okay. Another band that I like is Fozzy. Because Chris Jericho is the GOAT.
Yeah. Mr. puts all the compression into his vocals.
Shut up, man. Shut up. He sounds too much like Ozzy Osbourne, but that's okay. Hey, Judas is awesome. Judas in my mind! That's okay, Alex. Judas is awesome. Who else do I like? I like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Do you remember?
No. Particularly After the Love Is Gone. And, see, After the Love Is Gone. And what's another good song that they did? See the one who goes. What is that? What is that song? It's not Fantasy.
Was a proud white supremacist.
Can't Hide Love. Can't Hide Love. That's the song. What else we got that I like? Alex, what's some music that I listen to a lot of?
Yeah.
The Doobie Brothers.
I suppose. I thought that making this would be a bit easier for you.
No, man.
Because you listen to more, like, artists than I do. I listen to a lot of, like, video games. And... like,
oh, man. Let's see. I've got Bruno Mars, Fozzy, Earth, Wind and Fire, the Doobie Brothers. Would it be bad if I said CCR? Or the Allman Brothers? Or
There's
like
no
Warren
judgment.
Hayes,
There's
Jeff
no
Beck,
judgment
Eric
here.
Clapton? I can go on and on and on.
I put Tekashi 6ix9ine as one of my favorite rappers, so there's no judgment here.
And then I'm gonna say, you know what? It's a toss-up between CCR and Warren Hayes.
Mm.
Cause "Sick in My Shadow" is just like one of that song has the best intro. No, who the hell am I kidding? Screw all that. Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder is like the best artist. Stevie Wonder's a musical genius.
Yeah, I just get the feeling that he's blind to the majority of his accomplishments.
Get out. Get out.
It's been over an hour, Johnny.
Oh no. Maybe. See what you did?
Yeah.
No, man, dude. Every single one of a very dead artist that I like. Chick Corea.
Mm.
Hang on.
Well, if he's so good, then why is he dead? I guess he's not that good, huh?
His music will outlive us all. I'm gonna sneeze again. Dude, we gotta freaking talk about Bioshock.
We do.
So yeah, you talk to me about Bioshock. Like, what do you think about it? Because I'll go on and on and on and I won't stop. So you go, and you tell me what you think of Bioshock.
The original?
All of it, the whole series, the trilogy.
Well, I don't know
Minus
enough
2. No, I'm
about
just kidding.
Infinite, but the first Bioshock game is one of my favorite survival horror games. Primarily because of the environment and the guns.
The whole City of Rapture.
Yep. It's
And Andrew Ryan.
yeah, and the way the plot takes that just very interesting twist with the "Would you kindly" thing.
Now, would you
by the
kindly
way.
pick up that rifle over there?
Spoilers. Anyways, I really enjoy that aspect of the game. Those two aspects, rather. But one of the things that I think is also nice about the game, from what I remember, is the music and some of the cues, like what's the technical name for it? Dynamic music? Basically music that responds to gameplay. There were a few interesting moments of that, as well as hopping back onto the environmental storytelling in Bioshock.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Atlas and Frank Fontaine are the same person. I don't know, dude. I watched countless episodes on YouTube worth of this crap, combining all the series, and I've spent many a night with Bioshock, especially with Infinite, dude. Because Infinite was the way I was introduced to Bioshock. I got it for the PS3 back in 2012, and I loved this game. The environment, the guns, the weapons, the story, the meaning of the story, the characters had meaning. You gave a shit about how it was going to end, and all of these different things in it were just amazing. And then they came out with Burial at Sea, episodes 1 and 2, and they tied it into the rest of the Bioshock universe.
See, I still haven't
perfectly.
beat Bioshock Infinite.
Do you know how it ends?
Yes.
So then it's already been beaten for you.
But there are in-betweens that I don't know about, like the Vox Populi Marxist Revolution, where that goes. I know nothing about Burial at Sea, in essence.
Burial at Sea, check this out, okay? So you know how... I'm going to try and break this down for you from memory.
Well, I still want to play it.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything for it. I'm just going to give backstory. You know how the lighthouses at the end of Infinite were all potential other realities with other Bookers and other Elizabeths?
Mm-hmm.
You play as Booker DeWitt in Rapture, and you meet Elizabeth, and the whole bleeding effect thing takes place and everything. In Burial at Sea, you're just trying to find this one little girl named Sally. That is your mission, because you're still an investigator. You're still a private investigator and all that. And the twist that the game takes, and then part 1 ends very weirdly, and then part 2 you play as Elizabeth.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you open up portals?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's great. It's great, dude. I like how in Bioshock Infinite, we got to talk about one of the best things about Bioshock Infinite was the God Only Knows Barbershop Quartet rendition. Dude, this will go down as one of my top 10 favorite songs, individual songs of all time.
I mean, the way it's composed is just so... It's tight, is what it is. It's very tight.
As long as there are stars above you. Alright, we're done. But no, we did that song, and Injustice is what we just did, but that's okay. You never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. Without you. And then they just fly away. And then they just fly away. And I'm like, come back! Bumblebee Barbershop, whatever the hell you are, come back! Return. And then there was one, dude, you know the song Everybody Wants to Rule the World?
Yeah.
I had an old black lady singing it. It was what it sounded like. Welcome to your life. And it was like ragtime piano. It was very weird. And then they did Fortunate Son. But it was a lonely black girl. It ain't me. It ain't me. I know Senator's son. And she sounded very weird. And then you could find red tears in the game, and it would be the original song. So you would hear like CCR. It was very cool. It was like little Easter eggs, but I don't know, man. I love Bioshock.
You know, there was another game that came out in 2012 with similar graphics that is also worth mentioning. Dishonored.
Yeah. Yo, let me tell you something about Dishonored. No, actually, you brought it up. You tell me something about Dishonored.
Oh, no, you...
No, you brought it up.
Oh, I was going to talk about, like, how good the stealth mechanics were in that game. The storyline, how it also had a great twist to it.
Do you have a phone charger I could steal?
Spoiler, by the way.
Yeah, you could plug that in.
Really? Oh, it's been sitting right here in front of me the whole time. I'm dumb.
You're not dumb. But no, I really enjoyed the oh no, the beeping from hell is back.
The beeping from hell.
Yeah.
What is the beeping from hell?
It's whenever you plug in your
Is it still beeping right now?
phone, because the port for it is a little wonky. It'll just go in and out constantly, so it'll just.
Was that being recorded? Or can you hear it in the headphones?
I don't know. I think it's being recorded.
Okay.
They're subtle. Actually, wait. Try moving it around. I don't think there's anything. I just hear it and it throws me off.
Okay. No, talk to me about Bioshock, my guy. I mean, blah, 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 Dishonored.
Yeah. Well, no, because, like, I think betrayal plots are always good. Dante, in Dante's Inferno, like, what's weird is that apparently in his version of hell, the lowest tier, the lowest rung of hell is reserved for betrayers. And I think that is a very good metaphor for building stories. Like, there's something very impactful.
It's relatable.
Yeah, there's something very impactful about betrayal, about that type of injustice.
Especially if you tell a good story that leads up to it.
Exactly, because you don't just want to have like somebody backstabbing somebody, because that's shallow.
Because like let's go through the very first beginning part of Dishonored.
Very first beginning.
You're on the boat, and then you go up, and you're playing with Emily and crap, and then you're done playing with Emily, and you go to see the Empress, Jessamine Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
You're hanging out with her.
You had a wife.
And the Royal Spy Master, who already looks like a jerk. Like, he just looks like the scum of the earth. He looks like the worst possible, just rat-faced, bald-headed, backstabbing
Bastard.
Yeah, that word.
Backstabbing bastard.
That is ever imaginable. And he goes, "Oh, Corvo, you're 2 days early." And he's just like, full of surprises as usual. And then he walks away. And then you're talking with the Empress, and all of a sudden, these freaking teleporting demon assassin things come out of nowhere, and you try to fight them back, and then you're thrusted up into the air, and this other dude with no mask comes on. All the other assassins have masks. This one doesn't, and he just walks right up to the Empress, grabs her by the throat, and stabs her in the gut, and they all just disappear. And Emily gets taken away. And she's like, "Clover," and she dies. And then the Spy Master's like, "Where is young Lady Emily? Look at our Empress. He did this." And then you just get bitch slapped and you get knocked out and you're thrown in prison for something you didn't even do. So right off the bat, setup. Sorry, that was really loud.
Oh, that's fine.
Setup, betrayal, perfect segue.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to break out of the prison, and you have these mysterious allies, and then you have to take out the conspirators of the Lord Regent, and then kill the Lord Regent, or not kill the Lord Regent.
The mission with High Overseer Campbell is one of the best intros to the gameplay mechanics of the game, because there are the multiple routes that you can take. I always took the roofs.
Same. I didn't want to get caught up with the guards down below.
Yeah. Or the rats in the tunnels.
Well, hell, if you had possession, you could use the rats.
Yeah. Rats.
Rats. We're the rats. I don't even know what that's from, but you keep doing it, and it's catchy.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby. Boy.
But yeah, that was
Dude, I played
one of my favorite levels.
I played the whole first Dishonored game without killing anybody.
I think. Me too. Although I did play the game without getting caught after many, many saves and loads.
Which do you think is more fun, to play lethally and have low chaos, or high chaos, or non-lethally and have low chaos?
I think the best way to play is by saving minimally and doing your best not to be caught and not to kill anybody. But if you're caught,
Go ape shit.
To take the measures you have to in order to
like run away?
survive, in essence.
So does that mean run away and retreat?
If necessary, yeah.
Because I guess it all depends on how you're trying to play the game.
Because I like to play games realistically. You know, I like to immerse myself in the story and get the most out of the story as a result of that immersion. That's partially why I like to play on hard difficulties.
Now let me ask you, because the first Dishonored game had a lot of good supporting characters too,
Mm-hmm.
like Piero, Samuel the Boatman, the Outsider.
Mm-hmm.
The Outsider was perfect in this game.
Yeah.
Like Dowd.
As an antagonist.
And his whole DLC.
Oh, yeah, the DLC with Dowd.
What was it? The Brigmore Witches and the Knife of Dunwall, they were called?
Yes. Yes, because the Brigmore Witches
was Delilah.
Gave opening to Delilah.
Which in return gave opening to Dishonored 2.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that?
I enjoyed the gameplay for it more.
As Corvo or Emily?
It offered... Well, I never played as Emily because I preferred to play as Corvo.
It was just more nostalgic seeing Corvo.
Yeah.
I mean, I did do an Emily playthrough, and I did an Emily playthrough on high chaos and low chaos. And there's this ultra high chaos that you can achieve in the game where you kill everything. Like rats, good guys, bad guys, Delilah. Like you just slaughter everything in your path. You kill Megan Foster, Billy Lurk. You kill Sokolov. You kill Kieran Jindosh, Aramis Stilton. Like you just go. Why am I remembering all these names? And like you kill everybody, and you can leave. Like if you're playing as Emily, Corvo gets frozen. You can leave him frozen in the thing, and you just rule over a desolate, dying world, and you're called Emily the Black or something like that. Or if you play as Corvo, you're Corvo the Black. You can have total peace and tranquility and like play the game without killing anybody, and like the Howlers, and the High Overseers. The High Overseers,
The overseers.
the Overseers, they coexist. The Dukaluka Abel, his double takes over.
Dukaluka Abel.
Hypatia continues to work with her patients, and she's not all Crown
Psycho.
Killer mode.
Yeah.
Who else you got? Brianna Ashworth. I don't really remember what happens to her.
I'm surprised you remember all this.
I know, dude.
I barely remember what happens in the first game, and I played that one the most.
No. Brianna Ashworth, you know, the chick at the not the conservatory, but the place she was in. I love tricking Delilah into thinking that she's gonna rule her own world, and or she's gonna rule the world, and she goes into the painting thinking she's coming out of the painting, and she gets trapped in it, and there's no way for her to get out, and so she's just blindly following nothing, which at face value doesn't really sound like you're getting revenge on her, but if you think about it, she is now completely delusional. And she thinks that she is ruling over the real world, and you tricked her to the point where she doesn't even know it's a trick.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And then if you play New Game Plus mode, like say you do a playthrough as Corvo and you do a playthrough as Emily, if you do New Game Plus mode with those two saves already existing, you unlock all their powers. So it doesn't matter who you play as. You can unlock any of them.
See, that's cool. That's cool.
So you can play as Corvo and have that far reach tentacle shit.
The octopus tentacle.
Yeah, but what did you think of Dishonored 2?
I didn't play it as much as you did. I only played as Corvo, and I did a low chaos run. But
I saw someone do a speed run. They did less than a half hour.
I enjoyed playing the mission where you take down Kirin Jindosh.
Dude, the Clockwork Mansion.
Because there's an area that you can break the glass.
Yep.
In the
in the Clockwork Mansion.
Yeah, within the Clockwork Mansion, and go behind the walls and maneuver and stay out of sight that way. I like the fact that you could rob him of his intelligence. I thought that was
right, and just make him a dummy.
Yeah, I thought that was a very,
because you can choose, whether you have powers or not. So if you pick no powers, it is very hard to do a stealth low chaos run, because you will alert Jindosh to your presence if you don't have any powers, because the only way you can break, after you break the glass, the only way for you to actually get up there is with I almost called it whirlwind sprint. I'm going all Skyrim over here. Unless you have blink or far reach, you need a superpower to get in.
Could you
Because the moment you touch anything with a lever or anything like that, oh, someone is inside my home, and he automatically starts talking, and then the Clockwork Soldiers show up and they start doing their weird little Jindosh patrols, and so in order for you not to be detected at all, you have to break the glass and navigate through it without pushing any levers or buttons.
Interesting.
Very cool. Because I remember the very first time I played it, I didn't know you could do that. So Jindosh, I unlocked a cutscene where Jindosh already knows you're there, and the steps just fade away, and then the Clockwork Soldiers come alive and they're looking for you. So it's crap, I already alerted the SOB to my presence. Which this guy, he has a smoking device on his thumb. It comes out over here like this is the end where the smoke comes out of, and he goes into his thumb like that, and smoke comes out of it. It's very cool, very interesting.
Next level fave.
The one thing I always liked is that if you play high chaos mode, the outsider has darker stories for your targets, and if you play low chaos, he has more slightly optimistic, in quotes, stories about your targets. Like Jindosh, for example, if you're playing low chaos, he does this thing where he talks about how he succeeded at the academy a year younger than Anton Sokolov, and yada 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 yada, and it kind of says not terrible things about him, but it's as expected.
I remember that sort of thing.
But if you play on high chaos mode, the outsider story about Kirin Jindosh is that a boy asked him to make a toy or something like that, and he used dead cat bones and something else. And the boy, as soon as he saw the toy, it made a sound, almost like a little chimey thingy. And he's still locked up in a mental institution this day because of what he heard and how bad it made him snap. So depending on how you play, it'll really F up your head when you hear the stories that the outsider has about the targets. It's very cool. So as the way you play the game really does affect how it ends.
Consequences.
Well, the game came out in what, 2017, 2018,
Yeah, I think so.
or 2006? It's 2016 because the first one came out in 2012.
It might have been 2017. I'm not sure about.
But I remember I have played this game so many times because we lost. Or no, it's what? Did we lose it or we just like couldn't play it on the 360 for a while? The first one.
We lost the first Dishonored game for a while.
And so I just kept playing the second one, hoping like, okay, maybe I'll find the first one somehow. So I probably did like a good 20, 25 story runs, all total, and like since 2000, since we've had
Really?
it. Yeah, since we've had
I've
it.
done one.
Like, so, because think about it, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 5 years of playing this game off and on.
Damn. Well, I mean,
And then I bought the first one for the PS3.
I've run through Skyrim.
Probably more times than that.
Yes.
Because you know every inch of Skyrim, dude.
Unfortunately. If only I knew, like, our city as well as I knew Skyrim. But yeah, Skyrim is a very strange game, especially nowadays with it coming out on every console known to man.
Right? But I don't know, dude. Like you said, Skyrim. The Dishonored series always had that mystical element to it. And then Dishonored 2 had the death of the outsider. Which there was no chaos level in that, so you could rain hell on everybody and it wouldn't affect the story one bit. What did you think of the death of the outsider?
I didn't play through it.
Did you play it at all?
Actually, I remember the ending to it. I think I saw.
Which one?
It, where you save the 16-year-old boy who was the outsider. Spoilers. And I thought that was a very touching ending.
And the music for the games was so good.
I remember enjoying the soundtrack to the first game more. The second one was just kind of generic.
Do you know what I liked about the first one? Was going through the period of the game, spoiler alert, after you get betrayed by the loyalists.
Yeah.
And you have to go through the flooded district and get all that back. And in the second game, I like how they make callbacks and references to the first game more than once. Like if you play as Corvo or Emily, you're escaping Dunwall Tower. You just captured Ramsey or killed Ramsey, and you locked him in the room with the key ring, and you put your mask on, or you put you get your telescope, or depending on who you're playing as. You open the door. You're going through the hallway. There's a picture of Morgan, Custis, and who's the other Pendleton guy that you see in the first game? Morgan.
I'm not sure.
Because there was Morgan, Custis, and another guy. You killed the first
Eustace
two.
or something?
Something, yeah. Eustace, Morgan, and Cutlass or something. God, I don't remember their names besides
Saber.
But no, you see a painting of them on the wall. And then you can find a room when you're escaping Dunwall that you get a trophy for opening it up. It's a room that's been boarded up since the time of the rat plague, which was what was bothering everybody in the first Dishonored game. So I don't know. I between Dishonored and Bioshock, dude, those are some of the best games I've ever played.
They are very fun.
See, I'm not a big GTA guy. Everybody loves online multiplayer. Everybody loves GTA.
I've come to appreciate certain aspects of online games, from talking mainly to friends at work. The MOBA genre interests me. Mobile online battlefield action.
You just said the 4 worst words of that. No.
But mainly because it seems like a fun pastime. Not something that you can get like extremely wrapped up into, like a good RPG, but also something that you can invest a good amount of time in and have fun with.
Now you see, you know what I miss, and I don't know if this is just me or how many people agree with me, but games used to have a good story. Like, not saying they don't now, because you look at like the Uncharted series or the new God of War game, or like
We've noticed a trend.
What?
We've noticed a trend of like just a downhill sort of spiral.
Look at when Black Ops 4 came out. It had no story mode in it.
Yeah.
It was just online bullshit. Which, hey, if that's your thing, go for it. Knock yourself out. I like a good story.
And it's not impossible to have both.
True.
Halo 3 had a fantastic story, and for its time, one of the most fun multiplayer fields.
See, I would say that Halo Reach's story was okay, But the online multiplayer was way better.
I remember.
I enjoyed the shit
I remember
out of the online
being very
multiplayer.
frustrated by Halo Reach's armor lock system, but minus that, I thought the storyline for it was. After replaying it recently, I thought it was really good.
Halo
Nothing,
Reach?
nothing like fantastic. I'd give it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it primarily because of the element of sacrifice and the way that sacrifice was executed in the game.
You know what game's got a good story that's fairly new? Red Dead Redemption 2. No, you haven't played it the whole way through, though.
Yeah.
And you didn't play the first one the whole way through either.
But I know about. I'm getting sippy.
Stop yawning, you're gonna make me yawn.
We're probably gonna have to wrap this up sometime soon.
But Red Dead, let's go.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about Red Dead other than with Red Dead Redemption 2, I've heard criticisms along the lines of Rockstar. They came out with it, right? Not Rocksteady.
I think it was Rocksteady.
Yeah, it was Rockstar. They have and this
Rocksteady was Batman, yeah.
And this is a criticism that I personally agree with. This was one of the reasons why I didn't get into Red Dead Redemption 2 that much, was because of the way they performed their missions. So let's turn back the clock to San Andreas.
What'd you say, feller?
In San Andreas, you know, you go to a guy, or even like the Bully game. Remember Bully? Are you familiar with Bully by chance?
I think so. I saw it in Walmart.
Okay. Have you played it before?
I know nothing about it.
Okay. In that case, just to
It
surmise...
looks like a Telltale game, but...
It's basically like teenage GTA, only you don't drive around. But the storyline for it is fun.
Is it really?
Yeah. But as far as missions are concerned, it's very much so... NPC reliant, in the sense that things don't really happen. What would be the right way to say this? Like dynamically, because it's not really, because it's a free roamy game. You know, there's an element of player interactivity that game developers have to keep in mind. So you're not going to make important quests like run out on a timer, you know, like you're going to talk to the given NPC who then starts the quest, and then it's like, in terms of Rockstar games, like the world just accommodates the level that you're doing, and that's like, I don't know, at least in my own opinion, a game design that is kind of tired, kind of stale.
So how does that go transition to Red Dead?
Because it's Rockstar's formula of go to the person, talk to them, they give you the mission, and then you execute on whatever that mission is.
Yeah, but the story though with Red Dead, like the whole thing with the dying Wild West and the characters, and
See, I thought that was cool.
and then the way you transition from Arthur to John, and then the first game you transition from John to Jack. Like, that's cool. Like, they tie everything into Beecher's Hope, like the map, the layout, the locations, the characters, the voice actors. Like, it's all there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I just like cowboy shit.
Well, I enjoyed like the gameplay for Red Dead Redemption 2, I think.
I like the fact that you couldn't carry all your weapons
and the
on you.
graphics. The graphics.
Dude, the graphics were amazing.
Yeah.
But no, I was going to say, I like the fact that you can't carry all your weapons on you in Red Dead 2 like you could in the first one. You had to have them on your horse and your saddle.
Oh, yeah.
And if it were not for Red Dead Redemption 2, we probably wouldn't have gotten Old Town Road. Because that's where that song first came from. I saw it on YouTube. It was the very original without Billy Ray Cyrus. It was just video clips of Red Dead 2 and Lil Nas singing over it.
My gosh. Is that how he started off?
No clue, my guy. Wouldn't surprise me. We went from Old Town Road to Montero.
Hail Satan.
And give Satan a lap dance, why don't you?
Yes.
Keep him distracted while we steal his crown and kill him. Ooh.
No, you're the new bad guy.
Right? Call me when you want. Call me when you need. Call me in the morning. I'll be on my way. See, I feel like if that music video didn't exist and it was just that song, the song's got a good beat.
But yeah, like in terms of like the music.
But it's a Spanish beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like you take a look at his song. What's the one where he's a vampire?
I don't know the discography of Lil Nas.
Hang on, I'll know it when I hear it, because he did Panini, he did Old Town Road, he did Montero, hang on. Let's keep talking, keep the people entertained while I look this up.
Mm. Yeah, if you guys are still,
Rodeo.
If you guys are still listening,
Rodeo and Montero almost follow the exact same beat. Which, that's the one thing I don't like, is that a lot of songs, especially today, with like mumble rap and auto-tune, and like it's just very generic, and music's not what it used to be. Fight me, people. Yes, I know I'm only 22.
We should probably save that for another episode, though, because we could go into a lot of detail on the, as I believe the guy 12 Tone put it on YouTube, the death of melody. That is a very interesting topic, but we should probably call it a night as of right now.
I agree. I've got this whole page covered of all the topics.
Very tired.
Same.
But possibly after we're done recording, Johnny, I might be able to show you like some of the Resident Evil 2 stuff from before.
Yeah. There's a cat sleeping on your bed.
Yeah. She a cutie.
His name
has
is
testicles.
Lucifer.
It has testicles.
Actually, no, he got fixed.
It has penis. It is male.
You cannot end a podcast like that.
Bye.
No.
Click. No.
What's your last message for the people, Alex?
No, I was gonna say, what's your last message?
What's your last message?
Well, I would say we're a bunch of fat nerds.
You're $1.25, my guy.
We're a bunch of fat nerds.
I'm $1.80.
And we appreciate you listening.
Thank you, Angelo. We love you.
Yeah, Angelo, you're amazing. Leave a comment, Angelo.
Let us know that you're Angelo.
Yeah.
Imagine all the comments are just Angelo. Like different Angelos across the world.
Yeah, and for those of you listening on either YouTube, Rumble, or wherever we post this shit, thank you. Is there anything you want to say, Johnny?
There once was a man in Nantucket. No, I'm just kidding.
Starting a Revolutionary War poem.
Right? Now, the other thing I want to say, get into video games more, if you're not. If you are, go back and look at some of the older ones.
But don't spend too much time playing video games.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Like, set a goal in real life.
Look, kids that are playing
Hit that goal.
Hey.
Make money.
Hey, check this out. Kids that are inside playing video games and crap are not out on the streets selling drugs and doing all this other crap. So they're both, too much of anything is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But I would rather be playing video games than hustling drugs. So don't do drugs. Play video games.
If you're hustling drugs, you're making money, though.
You're just an unlicensed pharmacist. No, shut up, Johnny. Play video games. Don't do drugs. Give hugs. Do less. God bless.
Video games are drugs. On that note, though, thank you for listening.
Yes.
We're out.
Bye.
Shut up.